exhilarating, you know, to see it work. I knew it was gonna work, but I didn't know it was gonna work that well, that easy, that smooth. You know, you saw that thing was on E, it would not start. We put the Plastoline in there. It started, it sounded great.
So this man got a Dodge Charger Scat Pack to start running off of plastic bottles, and the internet has lost their mind. Julian Brown, also known as NatureJab online, young dude from Atlanta, self-taught inventor, a welder, and apparently the person who solved the entire global energy crisis in his backyard. Bro has 1.7 million Instagram followers watching bro turn garbage into gas. Sounds incredible, right? But we know something like this can't be like 100% safe. Scientists say that this fuel is way more toxic than gasoline, and the process that he's using, it isn't new, it's decades old. Julian literally suffered a third-degree burn from an explosion while making this stuff, and then back in July he posted that he had helicopters hovering above his home. He had black trucks parked up nearby his house. He felt like he was being followed. He felt like people were out to get him, and then he disappeared from the internet completely. So today we're breaking down the entire Julian Brown Plastoline situation, what Plastoline actually is, whether it works, and why scientists are sounding alarms, and what his disappearance and reappearance really mean. Because this isn't just about one inventor. This is about how sometimes people could fall for things that may sound too good to be true, and what happens when all that social media hype really crashes into science. But before we dive in, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button and join the official society. We're not like other commentary channels who just retweets and call it content. We do the research, we bring the receipts, and we always keep it official, keep it real, even when it's uncomfortable. Hit that subscribe button now and become a member of the official society. Now let's get into it. So who is Julian Brown? He started messing around with this idea back in high school. He has a welding background. He was super interested in recycling, and he started experimenting with turning plastic into fuel. Now the process he uses is called microwave pyrolysis. Let me break it down in some simple terms. Pyrolysis means heating something up without any oxygen, and when you do that to plastic, it breaks it completely down and turns it into fuel. Julian's version, he's built a solar power reactor, throws a whole bunch of plastic in it, heats it up with microwaves, and then out comes the liquid that he calls Plastoline. And bro claims it's gasoline, diesel, and even jet fuel, and he truly believes that his fuel could change energy forever.
I convert plastic waste into fuel.
And people believe him. His TikTok and Instagrams has blown up. Got videos of him pouring this stuff into engines, showing cars running, people in the comments calling him a genius. And don't get me wrong, this is a truly impressive invention, even to build the entire reactor himself. It's impressive. He started a company, Jabs Pyrolysis and Energy Recovery. He launched a GoFundMe trying to raise millions of dollars to scale up, and bro got over $18,000 in that GoFundMe. But here's when things could get messy. In 2024, Julian had an accident, a whole explosion while he was working on his reactor. He got second-degree burns and had to go to the hospital. Now, to his credit, he didn't hide it, and he let people know that it's a part of the process. All innovations come with risk, and a lot of people respected that, because in their minds, this is what real inventors go through. Trial and error, putting your body on the line, all for the progress. But then scientists started looking closer. They found some really alarming stuff. An actual chemist at UC Irvine actually analyzed Julian's fuel. They found a whole bunch of chemicals that I'm not going to try to pronounce, but just know they were very toxic chemicals, way more dangerous than what's in regular gasoline. Alone just breathing this stuff in can damage your liver, your kidneys, and your entire nervous system. Burning it as fuel, you're releasing all the toxins into the air. So the whole clean emissions claim that Julian has might not be true. And like I said before, pyrolysis isn't new. It's been around for decades. It's a known chemical process.
The man can extract gasoline from a plastic bottle, and the purity is still high. Not only will it break the monopoly of the oil companies, and it can completely knock down the price of oil. It's a good news for people you really want to know. Now I will share the production process with you.
Julian Brown didn't invent it. He just built his own version, which was the reactor, which is still crazy impressive. But trying to call it like a revolutionary invention, that's where you kind of got to question it, bro. Because now you got 1.7 million people thinking this kid cracked the code, that big oil is probably actually scared, and that the government might actually come after him. And that brings us to July 2025. But real quick, if you're still watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? The Fisher Society is where all the real ones lock in. We're not out here chasing clout or clip farming. We're building something different. Hit subscribe now and hit that like button if you're enjoying it so far. Now let's get back into it. So why did Julian Brown get so viral in the first place? Because we always want to believe in the underdog. Think about it. A young black kid from Atlanta, self-taught, no fancy degrees, working out of his backyard, taking trash, plastic waste, and turning it to liquid fuel. That's the kind of story that feels good. It looks like bro is beating the system, and social media has been amplifying it. We all know the algorithm loves those underdog stories, especially when it involves science and technology. You get millions of views, thousands of shares, everybody tagging their friends like, yo, you gotta see this. But here's the thing. Feeling good about a story doesn't always make it 100% true. And when you mix hope with hype, you get a very dangerous combination. Because now people, they don't even ask questions. No one really actually stops and think like, is this actually safe? Everyone's just cheering. And that's exactly what happened with Julian. People calling him the next Elon Musk, saying he's gonna save the planet. And I don't doubt that. Eventually, he will evolve from this and get to his next venture. The dude's a genius. We cannot doubt him. But we have to do things the safe way, the right way. Some even say that some big oil companies are trying to silence him, and maybe that's where his own mind probably started going too, because in July 2025 things took a dark turn with Julian. On July 9th 2025, Julian posted on Instagram, and it's alarming to his community. He says he's being followed by black helicopters, that he's under attack, and he doesn't have long to live. He tells people to screen record everything and to pray for him, and then he goes silent, completely offline. No posts, no updates, nothing. And of course his followers start to panic.
I know that I'm not gonna live long. And that's why I put every day, every hour, every minute into building, into growing. Why am I out here working on this plastic in the fuel reactor I've been working on for 5 years, since I was 17? Why am I out here in 100-degree weather? Why am I out here despite being falsely accused and reported to the EPA and the IRS? Why am I out here despite weird black helicopters that turn off their radar transponder circling me 6 times at night? Why am I out here sleeping in my van? Crazy humidity, mosquitoes, gnats flying in, and yet I still do it. Why am I out here despite having to drive 4 hours every time I want to work on this machine? Because when I was doing it in my parents' backyard, I blew myself up and I had to go to the hospital for 2nd-degree burn surgery. I do this because this is my mission that I've assigned myself to. I do this because I do not fear death. I do not fear suffering or uncomfortability. You know what I fear? I fear allowing an idea of something that may not even exist or happen have enough control over your entire life to where you're not even really living your life.
People start speculating. Like, was he kidnapped? Did the government finally get him? Big oil take him out? All these conspiracy theories start to blow up. And here's when it gets complicated. Because on one hand, Julian's clearly going through something. Maybe paranoia, maybe stress, maybe some mental health issues. But on the other hand, his followers are feeding into it, making the whole situation worse. They're creating this narrative that he's a martyr and he's being silenced for his invention. And nobody stops to ask, like, is this actually what's going on? Then late July, his mom speaks to reporters and letting everyone know Julian is safe, but she can't give out details due to security reasons, which of course just make the conspiracy theories much stronger. And then August 2nd, he reappears. Post a video with his mom stating that he was hiding due to the death threats and all the harassment.
Hey mom, tell those hackers I'm back.
No, you better not say that, boy.
Oh.
Hey guys, I am here with NatureJab. I'm Nia Brown, and I want to extend warm greetings to you on behalf of my husband and our entire family. We are so very thankful for you, and I want to speak to you from my heart as a mother. Thank you abundantly for the outpouring of support and concern that you had for our son.
And look, if that was happening, that's horrible. Nobody should have to go through that. But the way everything played out, pure messy. Because now you got millions of people who truly believe that Julian was on the run from these big oil forces, when the reality might just be that he was overwhelmed and just scared and just had to step back. All right, Fisher Society, this is the part where I need you to lock in harder than ever, because the topics we speak about, most channels won't touch. They'll either just glaze over it or just make jokes, but we always get in deeper. And if you respect that, hit that subscribe button now. So now we're in October 2025 and Julian is back. He shows up to this Nissan dealership with a Dodge Scat Pack. He posts us that he just ran the first muscle car off of Plastoline.
Plastoline! 110 octane made from gasoline. 2023 Scat Pack right here. It's on E. This does not have fuel inside of it. There we go. See the crowd out there. We're making history, and everybody's here to see right here in Atlanta. Yeah. She's gonna try to start the show. We got no fuel in this thing.
Hey, buddy. Move back some. Move back. It ain't starting up.
Hey, it's empty.
The car won't start.
It's not starting up.
Right, get that E. Show that.
Everybody trying to
It's
knock
E.
out something.
It's on E.
He ain't started.
Hold on, he's trying to get it. Let him get it.
All right.
Hold on.
You guys saw it.
Let me get in.
There's no fuel in the car. All right. So now, empty tank, 23 Scat, Plastoline, 110 octane made from gasoline, and we're gonna pour it in. You ready, guys?
You ready, Dobby? You ready, Dobby?
Here we go.
History in the making, baby.
Plastoline. All right. Hello.
It's real now.
Hey.
See that? That's real. We got it.
I think that's it.
All right, we think that's it.
All right.
All right, it's empty.
Get it up again.
Hey, are you scared?
I am.
No. Have some faith. You got
I
it.
got faith.
All right.
I'll start it.
Back up.
All right, Tommy. Hit it.
Hit it.
Let's get it.
That's right, baby. Plastic is the fuel. Plastic is the fuel.
Once again, people on the internet going crazy. He's back. They couldn't stop him. This is the proof that it works. But here's what people aren't talking about. Running a car on Plastoline once or maybe twice doesn't really prove anything. You know what you could run a car on? Vegetable oil, moonshine, even Coca-Cola for about 30 minutes before it turns off. Cars are more flexible than people think. The questions that we need to be asking Julian is, does it work long term? Does it damage my engine? Is it cost effective? Because we all don't got a reactor machine in the backyard. And most importantly, is it safe? Scientists already said that the energy you put into making Plastoline is way more than the energy you get out of it. So you're actually losing energy in the process. And this video is not a shot at Julian, because I feel like what he's doing is remarkable, but I think he needs to elevate it a bit more. Try to take it to the next level. Really try to get the government to go after you. What you're doing is the right thing. If you're trying to create something that's cost efficient, then I feel you. But it has to be safe and it actually has to work. So even if the car runs, what's the point? This is the consequence of hype without true science behind it. You get a lot of attention, a lot of followers, and a lot of money from GoFundMe's, but you're not actually solving the problem. And worse, you might inspire other people to try and do the same. People who don't have experience, people who don't know the risk, and someone could get badly hurt. Julian already got burned, literally. So what happens when one of his followers try to build their own reactor and explodes? I'm pretty sure Julian probably has some good intentions. I don't think he's trying to intentionally scam anyone, but belief isn't enough. You need proof, you need safety, you need peer reviews. And right now, bro doesn't have any of that. So here's my take. Julian's not a villain. He's a kid with an idea who who got in over his head. He's built something and people celebrated him for it, and that feels good. But somewhere along the lines, the hype became bigger than the truth. Now we're here left with this: a fuel that's more toxic than gasoline, a process that uses more energy than it creates, and a young man who disappeared off the internet because he believed he was being hunted. And that's what happens when social media replaces science, when likes and shares become more important than the facts, and when we stop asking questions just because we want to believe in something. And like I said, I'm not saying we should tear down Julian Brown, but we do need to be real about what Plastoline really is. Maybe one day Julian Brown will definitely make it happen with real research, real fundings, and real safety measures. Something like that could actually work, but right now it's not there. And honestly, society, we need to stop pretending like it is. So here's what I think happens next. Julian's gonna continue pushing this. He's already started like a mini tour. His next stop is Miami. He will be attempting to put his Plastoline in a BMW motorbike. So if you guys want any updates on that, just let me know in the comments. And here's my question for you: do you truly believe Julian Brown believes in his Plastoline, or do you think he just got caught up in the attention and feels like there's no looking back? Drop your thoughts in the comment, because you know I want to know what the official society thinks. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, you're exactly who this channel is for. Official Society isn't just another YouTube commentary channel. It's a mentality. It's a community. We dig deeper. We ask questions. We don't follow the crowd. So subscribe right now, lock in, and be a part of that first wave. And until next time, my people, holla at your boy.
Official Society.